Hey, we're live on Facebook and Zoom. Good morning, Erin. How are you? Good to see you. Okay. I saw somebody keeps trying to log in and then they're getting kicked out. So I'm gonna wait for them and see if I can get them in. They must have bad internet right now. Okay. Hey, Jenna, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. Awesome. It looks like Andrea was trying to log in and then keeps getting kicked out. So I'm seeing if I can help her here.
Her so randomly on her, maybe her Wi-Fi sucks.
I think so. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. I'm super excited about today's topic. Bonus Tuesday. Okay. I'm going to let everyone in here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Grab your notes. And if you're not logged in from your phone, this could be a good topic to have your phone if you're going to want to troubleshoot and stuff along the way with the lesson.
Maybe I want to log back in on my computer then.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for your patience, Erin. Getting everyone situated. Okay. Good morning, Andrea. How are you? There she is. Oh, hey, Andrea. Okay, so since we're having a few with little internet kinks to work out, let's start with the three of us and then we'll jump into our lesson. So if you haven't been here yet for a fifth Tuesday, they're some of my favorites. They're when I bring in a guest speaker to speak on a specific topic that I'm not an expert in, but they are. And a lot of times this is based off of your questions or things your doctors have told me that they want to work on as a practice. So it's a whole bunch of fun and they're usually a little bit shorter than our regular coaching days. Hey, Brittany, welcome, our amazing guest speaker. So while we're waiting for Jenna and a few others to log back on, what we'll do here is go over just our regular quick check-in. I'd love to hear from you, Andrea, and from Erin of what are your wins this week? What are you celebrating in your role? And then also, what do you want to work on if we do have time for a Q&A or to do some one-on-one work at the end today? What would be the most important thing that you'd want to get out of today's lesson? So, Andrea, do you want to go first or Erin? So we'll hear from you. Oh, wait, she's off mute. Andrea.
I've been in Miami for the past week, so today is my first day back into the office.
Oh, where were you?
Miami.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Very cool. Was it for a joyous occasion?
Kind of. It was my best friend's bachelorette trip. So
Oh, good. Well, that's a good thing to celebrate. Now you'll walk in
yeah,
and like, see everything with fresh eyes too in the office and
yeah,
probably be able to make some good adjustments. It always helps to step away for a bit,
yeah. So I'm
fresh.
glad to be back, but I'm sure there's going to be a pile of things for me to do. So that's going to be my focus, is just catch myself back up.
Totally. And then what specifically would you want to get out of today's lesson? Or if we do have time at the end to work on things, what would be your priority?
Um, I don't know. Let me think about it. Let Aaron go first, and then I'll come back.
Okay, sounds good. Erin, what about you guys? Your doctor let me know that you guys have been climbing in numbers a bunch and you've implemented and done super well. So good job there.
Yeah, so usually, whether it's on Wednesday or Thursday, we just go over everything we discussed in the group meetings. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, so it's a great refresher for me to go through my notes, talk them over with her, and then just kind of like figure out, which parts we need to strengthen. So really it's the communication with the patients coming in, making sure the message is going out properly. And, so philosophy really helped with that.
Yay.
We
Oh, good.
definitely went over that and figured out ways to keep the patients educated.
That's awesome. I love that. Good job. Congratulations. And it's really cool because a lot of times it's easy to get caught up in like the team dynamic or the dynamics of the office when really like as soon as we shift back to the patient, if everybody on the team is focused on doing what's going to best serve the patient, then we're all going to end up working together. And like that will solve a lot of the problems and a lot of the kinks as well, is just putting the focus always back on the patient. What's best for the patient? Does this patient need more philosophy? Do they need more accountability? Like, what do they need? And then when we focus on that, everybody's happier, and like we're happier as a team too, because we're focused on serving and helping that person reach their highest level. And then it's like if you're focused all day on helping people reach their best level, then we can't help but do it ourselves. You know what I mean? It's really cool. So Erin, what specifically would you like to work on? What's come up for you guys in those Wednesday meetings of things that you want to work on?
We're both very excited about today, but I have to say, like, I do not participate in any social media personally.
Yes. Okay.
At all. So I have Dr. Caroline actually got this Facebook page set up, the Erin CA, specifically for this.
Nice.
I don't know how to stress, like, I do not in any way do any social media, and I never have. So I have a lot to learn.
Totally. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're here then. And that's totally fine. Like that was me before getting into chiropractic. And it was super intimidating. Like I hadn't done anything. Full disclosure, I still don't know how to do a lot of stuff, which is why I brought Brittany in for this lesson. And then I just sort of had to for business, because I found out for whatever reason, a lot of chiropractors are like hang out on Facebook and Instagram, and that's how they get help. So I'm like, okay, I have to do this and learn how. So Erin, let me ask you this. If you felt like someone walked you through the steps, and if you felt like you knew how or learned how, would you be open to participating in some of the social media for the office?
For the office, yes, through the office's, computer devices. I'm not going to put it on my own personal devices. I don't feel comfortable with that.
Totally. Understandable. Very cool. I love it. So, we'll get into that in a minute. Okay. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here because it'll be really cool to see what's possible. So Jenna, we haven't heard from you. What are you celebrating this week? What's working? And then what specifically would you like to get out of today? And if we have time at the end to go in on more like one-on-one, more specific stuff, what would best make this worth your while for the next hour?
I guess it's just been a lot trying to transition to this other job. Like I've been trying to learn so many things, different things than I've ever done before in my life. So that's been a lot of working on like billing and finances and all these things. So that's just been my focus. I'm getting better at it, but it's really hard. And then for social media, I feel like I did my social media for my last job. So I'm excited just to see any new tidbits to add into this. So that would probably be what I'm mostly looking forward to, because I do it here now too. So.
Oh, you do? Nice. Okay, perfect. So you're probably quite the expert yourself too.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah. So we are doing like a lot more, we're getting really specific and focusing on specific areas of social media. So like today is all about Canva creation. And then
I use that. So I like that.
Perfect. And then a couple months down the road, we're going to focus on like reels and optimizing those with what makes them work, what makes them get viewers versus what doesn't, like all these little things, because sometimes we put so much work and effort into it, but we want to make sure that it pays off and that it's converting to new patients. But this one I've had so many requests for, like so many people have been like, where do you get your designs? Who does your designs? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have her come in and share how to make them really, really cool with us. Okay. So on that note, let's go ahead and dive in. Oh, Andrea, back to you. Is there anything you want to add? I know you said maybe we'd come back to you.
Yeah, I don't think so. Jenna does all of our social media and stuff. Like I can make Canva flyers and I know how to do it, but now she's been on the team. It's been her focus. So
perfect. Awesome. So you got your work cut out for you, Brittany. You've got every end of the spectrum, everything in between. And I know there's like a big combo on our rewatch too, and just people in the group. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to have Brittany come in as our expert and share with us what she does, what she's learned, what she creates. And what's your topic today, Brittany? 3 things. Remind me what it is.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, so the 3 things that I'm going to go over in these little videos that I made are how to find your style. So that would be going over checking out the font styles, different colors that you can add to your design.
What's your topic? What's your topic for today?
Oh, yes. Sorry. So
I know I have it written down, but I'm like, I know you know the topic.
Sorry. The topic is Canva crafting, simple ways to make your social media pop.
Perfect.
So yeah, so the 3 things we'll go over is how to find your style, how to create depth, and how to create a reel. So Haley had mentioned about our next thing that we're going to have going on, which that person is going to show us how to do reels. This reel is just a simple like 2-image reel, something that has a video kind of layered in the background and then some added music. So but this is more on the design side of the image, not necessarily posting on social media and getting those followers, getting those views. So this is more the design side of it. But you'll see once we dive in. And just full disclaimer, I do not like my recorded voice, so bear with me.
I'm sure it's great.
Bear with me on it. Oh, I did my best. It's a little rusty in the beginning, but it gets better. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the first video. In total, I think it's about maybe 15 minutes long for all 3, I think.
Okay,
maybe a little bit more, but we'll go over each one, and then I'll ask if anybody has questions. Okay.
Sounds good. I'm going to give like a quick video assignment because I know sometimes when we're watching, we can zone out. So I want you guys to pull from the video, like pull what you like and what you learned. And then after each video, we'll share that. Like, what'd you like? What did you learn? What are you going to implement? And then any questions that you have or things you want to add to it. If you're like, that's great, and I found this or that, things to add to the group will be super duper helpful. And if you are brand new or have never used Canva, don't worry. She's showing you the mechanics behind it. But if you need help, like starting an account and even going more basic, we can help you with that as well. And then you can go from there. So just take notes. This is what happens after you're already in the account. And
Right.
okay, awesome. And even if you're really great at design, Brittany has really become an expert on like depth and adding things to make them pop so that when people are scrolling, your post is the one that they see or they recognize.
Mm.
Awesome. Okay, let's hear it, Britt.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to share my screen.
I don't think we have audio yet on this end. Hey, Brittany, is there audio on this part?
Yes. Can you hear it?
No, we can't hear it.
Let me see. I wonder if it's a setting. No, I don't know why you can't hear it.
Is it on the actual video? Like, can you turn the audio all the way up on the video?
Test audio settings.
Thanks for your patience, guys.
Oh, here we go. Let's try this. Can you hear it now?
No.
It's pretty loud on my end.
And you don't have headphones or Bluetooth or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Because screen share. Let's see. Well, there's an unexpected kink. We'll work it out, guys. Don't worry. We'll get you in here.
Writing something along the lines.
Oh, it's working.
Okay.
Can you start it at the beginning?
Yeah.
Can you give us a thumbs up when you hear audio so we know if we're supposed to hear it, Brittany? Show us with a thumbs up if we're supposed to be hearing it, Brittany. Hey, Brittany, we can't hear it. Can she not hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can't hear it?
No, but we could a minute ago. Yeah, there's no audio. Well, you could do the voiceover. Should we just do that?
Okay, yeah, let's just do that.
Let's do that because we got to get rolling here.
Sorry, guys. That's weird. Okay.
Everyone can see it, right? Give a thumbs up if you can see it. Okay, perfect. So live, we've got Brittany here. Give us your best voiceover. And if you're faster than the video, you can skip ahead too.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over, shoot. I'm sorry. It's just hard because I can hear my voice and I'm like talking over my voice.
Just mute the video,
Huh?
like mute the video that you're sharing. Don't mute your Zoom, but mute the video so that you can't hear it. Right there.
Mhm.
See the volume next to the. There you go.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So sorry about that, guys. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over how to start your project. So let's see, I think I was gonna start over here at this image. So we're gonna start our first project. Okay, perfect. So basically for this image here is just an example of something that we're gonna create. So as you can see, I've already kind of pieced this one together. I just wanted to give you an idea of what we were gonna do. So up here we have a duplicate page. And so I go ahead and click this duplicate page. And this is just an example of how to recreate this page. We're going to use these two images for the reel at the end of the tutorial. So for this bottom page, I just went ahead and got rid of all of that extra stuff just so I can show you how I got there to begin with. So basically we're going to start all over. And from this point, I go ahead and show you where the design templates are. Over here to the left, we have a tab of different options of what you can use to design your first image. So, and then on the design tab, you have your different templates, different styles of colors, which I really love. There's just an endless supply of different areas of creativity you can dive into. So for this first one, though, we're going to keep it a little simple, and I decide to go for a more simpler template, which is going to be, you'll see right now, I selected something simpler, but what I'm going through on the side panel here is just different options of different designs. Like for example, they basically just have a bunch of preset stuff. So you can select the preset stuff, you can customize the preset stuff. Again, possibilities are endless. So I decided to go with this more simpler one. It just has a little friendly reminder thing going on it. So after I select that, I then want to show you guys how to change the settings on this template. So the first thing that we do is we're going to go over to the color, the background color. So once you click that background color, you have a plethora of different colors that you can choose from for your background. We have, and also again, disclosure, I am showing you guys our paid Canva account, which is Canva Pro. Canva also has a regular free account. Of course, you do have limited access to a larger amount of content that you can choose from, but for the most part, it's roughly the same. So what you're looking at is going to be the same thing as if you had your free account. So over to the left, we already have some preset colors for the branding of Inspired Practice Solutions. So I decided to choose one of our green colors. And one thing that you want to think about when you are selecting your color is you do want it to pop. You want it to pop out on that timeline. And, sometimes we all get stuck in the scroll. We're just scrolling. We don't always know where posts are coming from. But what you want to do and what the goal is you want to be able to create consistent style and like flavored posts. That way, when your audience is just stuck in the scroll, they recognize your work, they recognize your office, they recognize, hey, I remember, seeing this. I remember seeing this logo. I remember seeing this color. So you kind of want to gain that familiarity with your people. So what I'm showing here is how to change the font. It is relatively easy. At your upper left-hand corner is where you can select your font. I definitely recommend that for your header, for the header there, you do want to pick like a clear, bold type font. That way people can read the title easily, because you don't want to have something that's too fancy, like cursive. I mean, it's nice, but if you want to catch the reader's attention, you definitely want to pick something that they're going to be able to read clearly, regardless of age, because, some people, they don't have good eyes, or, so on and so forth. So you want to have a clear font for that. And then for the lettering underneath that, the body of it, you can really decide to choose any kind of font that you like. You already have a clear header. You can change it to be more playful if you like. I like to choose a font that is a little different than the header, so then it sticks out a little bit more, but I don't really like to choose, again, anything that you can't read. So now what we're doing is I am walking you guys through kind of creating like your own pop. There's a whole different, way you guys can create your own thing, but I'm just walking you through how we create ours. So I feel like my trademark signature with IPS and the stuff that I create is, of course, you always want to put your logo on your stuff. You don't want people stealing your stuff. You don't want, you want to personalize it as yours, as your content for your office. So I add the logo, and then I also like to add this little effect swoosh. Also, since our logo does have the same color as this background, when you add something behind it, it allows it to pop out, so you don't have any of those kinds of issues. And also the color of the little swoosh, it pops anyways against the color of the background. So let's see. We're actually coming to an end with this one. So basically, in conclusion, this first tutorial is basically the bare bones of how to start your design. We went over the background color. We went over how to change the font, what type of style font to use. We went over how to create, how to add your logo, how to, different options of how to add your own special little effects there, different templates that you can use, and the different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this one, and we're going to head over to the next.
Yeah, I'm going to grab some feedback from the group and share some takeaways here. So basically, if you're involved at all with your social media, or if you're not involved, but you're ready to step up and get involved, which I hope you all do, because social media can be really overwhelming for one person. And so if you're all involved, you're all posting, if you can each team member commit to 1 post a week or 2 posts a week, then it becomes easy. It also is going to become more authentic and have your unique flares. Like if you invite someone else in to do it, or have a marketing person, it's going to seem very like markety and very like standard stock photos. So as much as you can put your unique design on it, which I'm sure Brittany will show us later, pulling your own photos for the background. Like we use 100% our own photos. We don't use any stock photos. So if you see a picture and there's like a blurred background photo of an audience, like those are our audiences, those are our CAs. So I think the authenticity is really important in your offices, to use your real content, real pictures of your office. So what I put in my notes is some things to know. I think that Brittany said something really brilliant here in pooling your colors, like your unique colors, your logo colors, remaining consistent with that so that people recognize it. If someone doesn't stop and read, they still recognize it, and you're going into their subconscious programming of the office that's the shit, like the office that has it together, because they keep seeing that. It keeps popping up. They see your faces, your doctor's face. They see your colors, even the font. They can recognize you with your font and with your logo. So everybody write down your office colors. What are your office colors? What's your office style? What's your office font? So where do you get this? The font in the logo, like mine, I know the name of my logo font. So we use that a lot, at least for headers. If you're not sure, just write down where you can find your office font. A font you guys use a lot on social media, or a font you have on posters and things in the office. And you want to remain consistent with your font at the very least for headers. I think that's brilliant, because that's, again, like how people recognize you. And then also write down your target audience. So who are you trying to attract with these posts?
Yeah,
So
and who usually comes into your office too? Like, is it children? Is it families? Is it like seniors, athletes? That's definitely going to dictate how you design your content as well.
Totally. I love it. So like, for instance, you'll notice like our target audience is obviously chiropractors, right? And their teams that want to be inspired, want to take ownership of the practice, take things to the next level. So even in the background underlaid photos, Brittany has pictures of teams that are motivated and inspired, things, lifestyle pictures as well. So for your offices, like, what's the desired lifestyle of your target audience patient that would pull them in? So if you have patients, if you're in an area where people hike a lot, maybe a really cool scene or really cool picture from your hike that you did last weekend, or your bike ride, in the background, something that's going to make them look and say, where is this? What's going on here in this picture? So what's going to catch their eye? And then also, what's your office message? So what's the underlying message that if someone was scrolling through your social media account, they would feel a certain feeling or feel a certain way? Like, what's your message? What's your mission statement? So make sure to write that down too, guys. Are you guys taking notes on this? Your color, your font, your style, your target audience, and your message. This was all in what Brittany shared too. So like, our message is inspiration is a big part of it, right? So if you go through social media, Brittany's reflected that feeling of inspiration in the posts. So what's your office message? Is it health? Is it freedom? Can you feel that through the posts? And then I wanted to quickly share about colors as well. There are specific marketing colors, and I want to give those to you. So you're going to primarily use your office colors, but for frames and backgrounds, orange, purple, and yellow. Orange, purple, and yellow. There's been buckets of research that show like those are the colors that are going to get people to stop and catch people's eye. So make sure you're using orange, purple, and yellow as your accent colors, or pick one accent color. Like my accent color is going to be orange in all my posts with my office color. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So does everyone have your list? You've got your colors. Raise your hand if you got your office color. You've got your marketing colors. You've got your office style. Raise your hand if you have your office style. Office font. Who's got your office font, or you at least know where to get your office font? Yes. Okay, perfect. Pull from the logo if you have one. Your target audience. So in each post, like, what would attract them to stop and look at this or read this post. Beautiful. And then your overall office message. Let's take off mute and have everybody here share your office message. What is your office message? What's the feeling that you produce for people? If you let's make it easy. If you could do it in one word or in a couple words, what would it be?
Here, I'll stop share. Sorry.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry.
What's your office message? Live Aligned, what's yours?
Yeah, so ours is actually like pasted on our door, which is get well, be well, stay well.
Nice.
That's our
I
motto. Our
like
message.
it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you were to scroll really quickly through your own office Instagram or Facebook, when you're just at a glance looking at it, does that message come through? Get well, be well, stay well.
Yeah, I think wellness in
vibe?
general comes through pretty well when you go through our TikTok and all of our stuff like that. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. So when you have more team members come in and start contributing, you want to make sure that it goes to that. And even if you have somebody that does your social media, you guys as a team have to be the content collectors. No one else can do that for you. Like, it's not fair to have your social media person have to collect content. Brittany's nodding because I need to do way better. So you're collecting content, you're constantly throughout the day, like, what would be good content? Let me take a video clip. Let me take a picture of what's going on in the office. And I'm going to shoot this over to my social media person, whoever is in charge of that. So Live Aligned for your team, even if you're brand new team members, collect content, like make a content goal of I'm going to send 3 pieces or 10 pieces of content to whoever does our posts per week. So how many pieces of content are you committed to send to the person that does your post? Even if it's your doctor that manages your social media, send them content, right? Even just like the tiniest clip of patients walking in or of your boards in the back of little video of x-ray, anything that would be helpful. Very cool. Okay, so Jenna and Andrea, either or both of you, since you're on the same team, share with us here, what is yours?
A lot of our feeling is family, for a lot of like who we're trying to target and all of that. And then one of our biggest messages, the power that made the body heals the body.
Beautiful. I love that. Family and the power that made the body healed the body, what they have within. So I think for you guys, like what could be really powerful is adding in more of you and your families out in the go, not just the doctor's families, but like your families. You know, like if either of you wanted to share wedding photos or something like that, that's like authentic living or honeymoon photos of you like living as a healthy family is so powerful because your patients love you guys. And I know like have relationships with you as team members. So sharing that as part of your message is really, really powerful. Rather than, you know, pulling random stock photos of happy families, right? Or pictures of your patients, your patient wins, their trips, the things that they would want to share. Like Mike and Kathy were some of our patients and they wanted to, they could like barely walk down the street on their evening walk and they wanted to climb this big mountain. And after a year and a half of care, they went to Europe, they climbed the big mountain and they sent us a picture of them like this, you know? Actually, you know what? I don't think they sent us that picture. I found it on their social media. And then I asked them, hey, can I share this picture in the office? We're so excited you've met the goal. And then we shared that. And it was so powerful, you know, and other patients had seen those patients in the office too. So to share that they'd met their big goal and what that goal was and the picture of them doing it, living it, you know, and the name of the mountain. And then in the post, I mean, I know today's about design. This is getting more into like attraction and getting your likes and followers and everything. But in that, you're tagging the location they're at, you're tagging the mountain, the photo, adventure, family, like you're tagging all the things, especially if you can do that locally, you know, tagging the local restaurants and the local places that are happening and have a big following. Then every time someone searches for those, it will bring up your post in your office. Okay, getting into something that's a couple weeks down the road. So Brittany, let's continue on. Anyone else have comments or things you want to share? I know we didn't all share, so I'll have the other team share when we go into the next video. Okay, sorry, I got excited. Let's see the next, what's the next topic? So we've got our design. Here we go.
Yes, so our next topic is going to show how to create that depth. So yes, so first we went over how to structure like the bare bones of your post. So now we're going to add more depth to it. This video is about 5 minutes long or less. All right. Sorry, I have to turn this. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just add on to what we started creating. So what we're going to be focusing on as a first example of how to create depth is we are going to add a photo to the background. And so if you're familiar with our social media, you'll see that we have this a lot. So over here on the left side, we have our uploads. And so these uploads, they come from our drive, photos of different events, things of that nature. So this picture I decided to choose are these chairs from an event that happened a few years back. So what you're gonna do is when you select your, pause that right there. When you select the image you're gonna use, typically the image is going to be thrown on top of what you're creating. It's gonna look like a hot mess. You do not want it there. So what I'm showing you here is how to layer the image on your content. So right here, you're going to find to what degree do you want to move this photo. So right now it's on top of, it's laying on top of everything basically. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to send it to the back. And when you select send to back, it's going to apply it to all the way to the back. So I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. It'll send it all the way to the back, and that's where you want it. And once it gets sent to the back, then you can go ahead and adjust it to how you want it to be placed. So as you can see here, I'm making those adjustments. And usually this is kind of the route that I typically go when making content for our page. So I'll just stretch it out to however it needs to be. And boom, there you go. So as far as even just leaving the image as it is there, it looks great. So what it does is it's kind of like when you hang up a large mirror in a small room. It creates the illusion of space. Everything isn't two-dimensional anymore. It just looks a whole lot better. But we're going to go a step further, and I'm going to show you how to kind of layer on top of this too. So here you can adjust the transparency of the image. And so what that's going to do is it's going to create its own layer of dimension. It's no longer going to just be this image. It's going to be a lighter image, and then we're going to layer to the back with the video. So here we have just the image, and that looks good on its own. But like I said, we're going to go a step further. So right here, I am clicking on the background. Everything has layers, but we're going to click on the background. And how you know that you're actually clicking on the background is it's going to populate the color of the background right over here. So you know that you're not just clicking the photo. So we're going to click the background. We're going to go over here to the sidebar again. And we are going to go to elements. And elements here, it just gives you a wide range of different designs, little videos that you can put. So I selected these fireworks. I just started working with them, so they're kind of fun. So what I'm doing with this firework video is I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out. And I'm going to do exactly as I did with the still image. I'm going to layer it, bring it all the way to the background. And so the illusion that this is going to give is, again, just more depth. I think I was having trouble there, sorry, with that image. But so basically I'll spread it out.
That's
And
so cool.
And because we did lower the transparency for the still image, you can still see the image and you can see the fireworks in the background. So when you play it, you still see the chairs, you see the fireworks. It's like a little celebratory thing. And so as you can see, it just creates more depth, more layering. And then let's see, I think that was pretty much it for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and see if you guys have any questions.
Questions, comments, thoughts from the group. Is this helpful? Awesome, awesome. So I wanted to just point out one thing in the brilliance of this post. I know she's not even done yet, but already so far, one, we've matched the branding where they're going to recognize it right away. She took a freaking picture of chairs and made it cool and like an event with fireworks. You know what I mean? So looking at how, things in your office, even a picture of like a sign that you have or something, or your team picture, instead of just posting the picture, give it depth and movement. The videos are what make yours really stand out because not everybody has those. So adding the fireworks, or sometimes she might show us later, but she'll add like all the likes and all the hearts and making your posts move. So think about that. I mean, we've gone over the color, the font to be consistent, and then now making them actually move and have life with things like videos and music as well. And it is true that like, if you don't have these things, your posts just drowned, on social media. People aren't gonna see them. Very cool. Okay. Any questions for Brittany so far? I know if you're savvy to Canva, you're probably like, I know some of this already, but if you're not, it might look intense and overwhelming. Lots of questions. So, okay. If you don't have an office Canva, get one. Ask your doctor and make sure you have one linked to all of your accounts so that you can start using it. What's cool is you don't have to be a designer. Like, it can do the stuff for you.
Okay, are we ready for the final video?
Yes.
Okay, so let me go ahead and share the screen again. Oh, am I already on shared screen?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, cool. So here's the final. Okay, perfect. So we've got, we've got our layered image, we have our depth, we have our video in the background to add more movement, we have the image of the chairs, we have our message, we have our font, we have our logo. So basically we have everything on here to, create our message, pull the viewer. So for this one, I am showing you guys how to kind of push it to the next level and add some music. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to use the image that I had originally had on here because we had added, sorry, I'm like stumbling. I had to click on the duplicate page. So we had these two images. So basically like a reel is as many images as you like. For this one, it's only going to be 2. Technically, it's not necessarily a full video, but really there's movement, there's music, there's a few other fun things in there. So so for this, we're gonna have the 2 images. For this one, I wanted to kind of just change it so it didn't look the same as the other one. So for the music, you'll go to this left panel over here, and it's gonna have audio. It's gonna say audio, and you're gonna want to select the audio. And really, it could be anything that you choose. I think I just clicked some regular basic audio. And so what it's going to show you down here at the bottom is it's going to be the length of the entire song. And since we only have two images here, it's only going to be the length of the time that they showed the 2 images. And I think it's like 18 seconds. So you're going to want to select the first image. You're just going to adjust the audio time that is shared, and then it matches. So it'll show about 18 seconds of music. I really wish I could show you guys like the finished product, but since I'm having issues with my audio, unfortunately, I can't show you the finished product. But what I probably can do is I can just shape this up a little bit, and I can just post it to our social media. And then, you guys will be able to see that this is the content that we created this morning. And you can see how the music is attached to it. And it actually comes out pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it. But that pretty much concludes the content design today. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to let me know. I love doing this stuff. So I really don't mind going over it with you if you get stuck or anything like that.
Awesome.
Essentially what we did today
Oh, now your audio is
we
working.
created-
It was totally working, the audio. That was funny. Thank you so much, Brittany, for sharing. This was super helpful. I learned some things that I didn't know about Canva design, so I'm really excited about that. I wanted to add to the music, the best music, whether you're doing it on Canva or you're doing it on Instagram. The best music I've seen is 2 things. 1, intentional messaging, and 2 is trending music. So if you're doing it on Canva, use intentional messaging. So when you crop the song, like she showed us at the end, make sure it's a song with words and lyrics that match the post and match that message, your office message, right? So maybe the song that's like, I feel so alive for the very first time, when someone's getting adjusted or something like that, or this is what you came for, or different. I know those are kind of older songs, but different songs. So start listening when you hear songs on the radio that have messages that align with your office. Start listening to them, taking notes so you can pull those intentional messages for your social, just like we talk about making an office playlist, right? When we go over like the daily visit and what that should be like and feel like for your office, that you want every single song to be intentional when patients come in. So just like you're building your office playlist, you could even use that same playlist and pull clips for your social media. Then if it's just like a little preview, if it's followers that you're looking for, if converting posts into patients, all of that, we have a topic coming up on that, converting posts into patients. For those types of things, you may want to put trending songs, what's trending on social, and do that through the actual app of where you're posting, whether that's Instagram or Facebook. When you're doing your reels, make sure you're using the trending songs with the intentional music. Okay, who has questions for Brittany? We have a couple minutes left. Any specific questions for her since she's here with us live today? Thoughts, comments? Who's got an office playlist? High five or hands up. Yes. Okay, perfect. Who feels like it's super intentional? You've already done that. Who feels like you need to make it more intentional and go through and make sure the messages in the songs are aligned with your environment? Okay, very cool. Who has a office Instagram? Whether you're involved in it or not, who has one? 1, 2. You guys have one, Live Align, don't you? I'm pretty sure. Okay, cool. Who is committed to contributing toward your Instagram? If you have our support, Brittany's offering to help. I will help you with anything you guys need. Who's willing to dive in and start contributing, even if it's just with content collection. Okay. So write down your job, be self-appointed, and write down what your job in social media is going to be. Are you going to do content collection? Are you going to actually be posting and do design from today's lesson? What are you committed to doing? And what does that look like? How much content collection are you each going to do? Got really specific in what you write down. How much content collection am I going to do per week? How many posts am I going to do? How many Canva creations? So Jenna, you do social, right? So what do you need from your team? How can they help you with?
We've all just started taking more pictures like around the office and that kind of stuff. We just talked about that like 2 weeks ago to start that up so we can get it on our Google page, get it on social media.
Perfect. Would it help if they did like little mini video clips, just like 2-second things that you can then pull into those reels?
Yeah, we do that. We're doing that too.
Yes. Awesome. Very cool. Another thing we're going to start doing soon, you guys will see, is for the written testimonials that people do, like your Google and Yelp reviews, doing like actual voice overs and make those videos. So if you don't have like an actual video recorded of a patient sharing their testimonial, you can still use their written testimonial and make it a video, make it come to life rather than just posting like the words or their testimonial. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Good job today. Thanks for being here, everybody, on bonus week. You guys are amazing. I'm excited to check out your social medias. Thank you so much, Brittany, for contributing. See you guys later.